Have you been in a project where they offer you the moon? Have you been in a project where they offer you ridiculous returns? Have you been in a project where you can't see anybody, but they're talking behind a black screen? Have you been in a project where your money evaporated over time? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you've said yes to any of these, if you've ever been burnt, well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say that this next project here that I am going to share with you, I personally talked to the person. It's reminiscent of something real. And if you want something real, you're going to want to make sure you watch the rest of this video to see what's going to happen in the crypto space. This is going to be one of those things where you see everybody start to copy it because, ladies and gentlemen, it just makes sense. What's up, everyone? It's Hey John, and today's video is sponsored by Woofer Finance. Today, we will be discussing Woofer Finance. I wouldn't be talking about a project unless I plan on personally getting some as well. With that being said, and now that it's out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of what's going on. Now, we know in the crypto space currently that we are always seeing these huge promises, these huge gains, and how are they powered by? They are powered by you, the ponzinomics, where basically, essentially, most projects in the DeFi space currently operates on a ponzinomic scheme. And what does that mean? Simply put, in order for someone to make money, you need to come in so they can take your money. It's as simple as that. And this business model is unsustainable because it's driven by one thing and one thing only. How many more individuals can you get through that door? Now, if you get no more individuals through that door, well, the project simply dries up, it evaporates, and you're saying, hey, what was that project I was in again? I don't remember, but it's literally a faint dream and a faint whisper. The reason why this project is different because, simply put, there's only one round of funding. Whoa. What do you mean, John? Only one round of funding? What happened to bringing as many people as you can into the project? Well, this is different because there's only a limited amount of NFTs being released. So I want to drive home, why is this project different? Well, simply put, there's only one round of funding. That means that once this is done, it is done. That means that they are not allowing new investors to come in. And how this works is, simply put, they are offering an NFT. When you buy the NFT, you are now owning a piece of the company. And every month, when they generate revenue, you get an even portion of that revenue dependent on how many NFT you own. So if you own one, you will get one share or one portion of that revenue generated. It's a very equal place. Everyone gets the same amount. But of course, if you want to earn more, you have to own more NFTs. It's a very simple model. It makes a lot of sense. And it's actually backed by real money. Real money? What? Real money, cryptocurrency. Does that go hand in hand? Well, in this case, yes, it does. This project, Woofer Finance, is reminiscent of the dividend model, where when you get revenues, you divide the revenue accordingly to the shareholders. And this case here, it's generating revenue because they will be buying actual nodes. When I say nodes, I mean actual blockchain nodes in order to validate and mine the blockchain. So Woofer Finance plans to buy and expand their node network. And it ranges from many different established blue chip blockchains, such as AVAX, Phantom, Gala, and many others. So essentially what you're doing here is that you're investing your money into these NFTs, and these NFTs will get a portion of the validator node revenue generating income, and you will get a piece of that. How this works is, simply put, you get 45% of all revenue generated. The other 50% goes back in to the validators to increase the nodes, to make them bigger, and basically to make you more money. And there's a 5% admin fee that goes into the Woofer Finance team, where they help maintain it and keep it going. The reason why this project is so interesting, for example, if you go to Phantom, for a validator, you need over 500,000 Phantom tokens. So essentially, with this high cost of entry, you are not able to buy into a phantom validator node yourself. And this is what Woofer Finance is doing. Woofer Finance has found a gap in the market. They found a solution, and now they are creating a business model around that solution. And generally speaking, when you create a solution for a problem, ladies and gentlemen, that means the money will roll in. One of the biggest draws of this project is that you literally have to do nothing. This is real passive income. There is no claims, there are no airdrops. You literally just get money. So now that we know how this works, what's going to happen with Woofer Finance? Essentially, they are offering an NFT minting right now. When I last spoke to Woofer Finance, there is already 65% of the NFTs sold on the whitelist, and it's only been open for 15 days. And what are the metrics here? There will only be 5,000 NFTs being minted. So each NFT will cost $500. Essentially, this will be on Matic. So if Matic is worth $1, you will need 500 Matic to get that one NFT. To put it into perspective, so if Matic goes down, say to 50 cents, that means you need 1,000 Matic to get that same one NFT for $500. And the most important thing here is that there will only be 5,000 NFTs ever minted. That is very important to know. That means that there is no inflation, there is no hyper deflation. This is a fixed finite amount of NFTs. And this means that eventually, over time, your NFT could potentially be worth more. Now, let me explain to you how and why this could happen. Scenario 1, original distribution, where you get 50% every single month. 45% goes into the reinvestment, and then 5% goes to the admin fees. If you see the ROI, it increases slower. It increases from 57 to 150, etc. The reason why your ROI is able to increase is not because you're generating more income from the same amount of tokens, from the same amount of nodes. It's because every month they're taking 45%, about half of the income, and reinvesting it back into the nodes. And over time, these nodes will get bigger and they will yield more. And that is how you will simply put, get more on your ROI. There is another model here. They call the hybrid model, and it's 0% distribution for the first 3 months. Whoa, get out of here. And then for the next 9 months, you only get 25% distribution. But look at the cumulative ROI. It goes from 35% to 184%, and so on and so forth. And you're seeing right here, folks, 6,745% by year 10. Simply put, see it this way. Between the two models here, model 2, the hybrid model, you will have a larger treasury faster over time because of the power of compounding effect. And when you have a larger treasury, that means you have a larger node. When you have a larger node, it means you make more money. So again, delayed gratification is how you get more and generate more in the future. Well, ain't this something? Woofer Finance LLC, 651 North Broad Street, Suite 201, Middleton, Delaware, 19709, USA. How often do you see an actual address for a cryptocurrency? What's going on? Am I in a Twilight Zone? I mean, what is this? How? What? This is unheard of. I mean, huh? Well, this is great, folks. This is what it means. It's great. That means that they are officially in USA, on USA soil. It means that they're not in Dubai. This basically means that they are accountable for what they do, because there are laws and regulation in America that enforces bad actors. So for me, on a personal level, this is actually reassuring. We can see the founder, Drew Woofer. What about him? He's the owner-creator of a multi-million-dollar e-commerce business, an import and distribution business, a social media brand, and the founder of Woofer Finance. And of course, if you want to go through everything, you're more than welcome to go through all of it. So if you read the about page for Drew Woofer, you can see that he is trying to make the space a better place by creating a business that actually makes sense. So what are the main takeaways from Wolfer Finance? What makes it special? Well, simply put, as reminiscent of a real dividend model where you use actual revenue generated from the master nodes, think of Phantom, Gala, etc. And then you take those funds and you distribute that to the NFT, the holders, the investors, the VC capital in this case, and it's a guaranteed revenue generation every single month. Now, this revenue, it can fluctuate because, as you know, the markets change, right? Phantom goes up and down, Gala goes up and down. So you will be guaranteed an income. How much depends on the market conditions. Case in point, even if you generate so many tokens per month on a flat basis, if the token goes down in value, you get a little less value. And if it goes up, you get a lot more value as well. So you have to understand that there are inherent risks in anything you invest into. Nothing is bulletproof, nothing in life is guaranteed, but this is a better model. And in my opinion, the one thing that I really like about it is that there are no sunken costs. And the fact that you get an NFT, and this is where your sunken cost goes into. So in the future, if you want to move it away and sell it off, you can take back your income and go elsewhere. So there is potential to move around. And most importantly, when this gains traction, when this gains demand, and when you see more revenue generated through this model, your NFTs by definition should increase in value because there's only a finite amount generated. As Drew Wolfer has said, there's only one round of funding and that's it, kaput. That means that in the future, there will be scarcity. Right now, nobody knows about this. And as the word gets out, you're going to see traction, you're going to see movement, and this is going to be fantastic for the Wolfer Finance project. In terms of security, I would say this is as good as it gets because less is more. Now, there's no chain, there's no token, there's no dApp, there's no source code, because everything that they buy, when I say buy, I mean these master node validators, they will all be on blue chip cryptocurrencies and they have security in place. And these are the market leaders. So with that being said, that should reassure you that, hey, you know what? There are fewer vulnerabilities here because of other chains. Well, guess what? They take security seriously and they have some of the best and brightest minds working on those chains. And if you recall that model, you can also make potentially 1,300% in ROI in 5 to 6 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not your typical buy one day, sell tomorrow, make 1,000%. This is not that project, folks. And I want to re-emphasize that this is reminiscent of dividends, but at a much faster pace. Because as you know, cryptocurrency moves a lot faster than traditional markets. If you found any of this content useful, helpful, informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, have an awesome day and safe investing.